Hello, I'm Hari Krishna. My roll number is 20010111, and I'm going to talk about three of the most deadliest weapons, or rather factors that could wipe out humanity in its entirety. The first of which I will be discussing about is water scarcity. Now, water scarcity is one of the major problems that the world is facing right now. Um, 75% of the earth was covered by water once, and it's slowly reducing. The number of humans who are living in the world is gradually increasing. So the usage that we have for water is increasing while the water resource is actually coming down. What this means is already in certain countries in the world there is not enough water for the people of that country. For example, South Africa. Let's take the example of South Africa. The daily water use of an average South African is being rationed. He is allowed to take a dump only once in a day, and he's allowed to use the flush only once in a day. He can bath only for 30 seconds in a day. That is the kind of acute water crunch that the world is facing. Let me tell a very personal experience that I had. So I live in this place called Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. It's not Coimbatore is a city, but I live slightly away from the city. So kind of a town, you might say. The city receives water once in 2 days maybe. Okay, and right now my town in my house the water comes once in 30 days. So earlier it was okay, we used to manage it, but now the quantity of water that comes in these 30 days is also getting reduced. So we use that water for 15 days, and then we have to get water from some other place to use for ourselves. Just think of the number of people who have started moving towards water cans uh, nowadays for their daily consumption when compared to the water that the government is providing to us. This is startling in a way. So this is the first thing that I would like to say, and going by the trend that the world is in, uh, water scarcity is going to definitely play a major role in the destruction of humanity as such, and we have to take great measures to safeguard ourselves from it. Second thing is weapons of mass destruction. uh, there's one thing that we have to note here. Nations have very strained relationships right now, and especially after the onset of COVID, the entire world is moving away from globalization. We are no longer one single entity. The world is no longer one single entity. We have started uh, going for manufacture on your own kind of things. America wants to manufacture everything on its own. It wants to be self-dependent. India wants to be self-dependent. China wants to be self-dependent. While all these are economic and political concerns of countries, it is actually alienating the people of that country, or alienating people of the world into people of countries. Now, what this does is it strains relationship between countries. Let's all remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki. What happened? One atomic bomb and one entire country devastated. The ramifications of that bombs felt even now. So the second thing is weapons of mass destruction. The world can't afford a World War III. Third thing is infectious diseases. COVID, plague, all of these things. Though medicine has progressed in such a level in our world, what we know is that medicine is it takes time, right, to understand the gravity of the situation, to come up with proper testing methods and an approved solution to a problem. This takes time. If COVID was a bit more infectious and a bit more mortality was there associated with COVID, probably the entire world would have been facing a very big problem than what we are facing right now. Would have been the plague as such. The plague killed 3 lakh people in the world. There was one story that my grandmother used to tell me when I was small. So she used to tell me that when she was small and she was living in a village, there was this one disease. I think which I think is correlated with some kind of a plague. Rats used to spread it. I think I'm not very sure, but She says that there was this certain one kind of fever where the person who's having the fever, his eyes turns yellow and he starts developing warts all over his body. Suppose one person in one village develops it, the entire village used to leave the person to die and run away to the next village, it seems. So that was the extent to which a plague or a disease could affect the world. So these are the three major things that we have to look out for, and hopefully, as one citizens, as the citizens of the world, and not restricting ourselves to political and geographic boundaries, let's all fight this together and come out successfully. Thank you.